was on the wrong one. Uh-oh. How do I... 1 second, guys. Sorry. Having a little delay here. Alright, there we go. Good morning, everybody. Was working through some technical stuff as we get started here. Hope everyone had a good evening, good day. So yeah, today is day 2 of the Clan vs. Clan group stages. Depending on time, and I think we will have time, we're going to jump into the knockout stages. Let's take a look at the brackets, see where we are for everybody who missed it today. We had a lot of rounds, very interesting PvP matches. Some teams went through, some teams today are going to be fighting to get through the next stage. So if we take a look here at the brackets, we have Group A. We have Envy, Aura, and Zone of Gods. Yesterday Envy played 2 rounds. If they're going to continue or not, it's going to depends on... 1 second. I'm getting some feedback from the team. Hold on 1 second. Okay, just getting some notes from the team about they're getting some teams ready and that sort of thing. So coming back to the brackets, from Group A, there's going to be a match, Aura against Zone of Gods. Depending on who wins that match will determine who's going to go into the knockout stages. So just to remind everybody, from each group, 2 teams move on to the knockout stage. So there's a chance for your teams to make it through, depending on how they played yesterday and how they play today. So if we go down to Group B, we can see Madake Udai has made it through, and depending on the next match between Vanguard and Dystopia will determine who's the second place from Group B to continue. It looks like we'll probably be disqualifying IPNQ from Group C due to no-show. So the next match will be Godly versus Seven Hearts. Both of these teams will be continuing since Purge lost both their matches yesterday, but we will still have Godly and Seven Hearts played to see where they seed into the knockouts. And same thing with Group D. Abon is continuing, but we'll have one more match with Black Mask Click against Psychosians. So we'll have 4 rounds of group stages. Hopefully, if the teams are ready and we can sail through them pretty quickly, we'll be able to jump straight into the knockouts. Now we have a knockout chart, but there's some inaccuracies here, but this is kind of what it looks like. There'll be two teams from each group playing against each other head to head in round 1, and we'll try to get through round 1 today, which will leave us with the semifinals and the finals. So let's jump in game. We're getting everybody ready. We're collecting everybody, moving them to the maps. Everyone's getting their gears and teams set up, so we're going to switch over right now. And today we have a little bit of a special event, at least for us on the dev team. Oh, we got some people saying hi to Twitch. We're using a new client. Now this is something we've released to our supporters. It's an alpha client where we've rewritten the rendering engine. So we're putting it in a trial run today. Hopefully we won't have any glitches. We've been testing it for a couple months. It'll hopefully be much smoother. We've rewritten a lot of code. So previously Rose was on, for example, DirectX 9. Right now I'm streaming on DirectX 11. You might notice that the glows look a little bit better on the characters. There's going to be some differences in the text and that sort of thing. But most importantly, it should look better, play better, and run faster. So we'll give this a trial today. Hopefully it'll be a better streaming experience, and we can get some feedback from all of you watching. We got some Abon dancers, some BMC dancers, Purge dancers. Good morning, everybody. So I'm just gonna pan over here. The team is working behind the scenes to pick up everybody. We got the different teams gathering today. Everybody played a match yesterday, so we had some interesting shows, interesting strategies panning out. I'm curious to see if there's going to be any kind of new strats today. We're going to have some interesting competition. So we have Psychosians, Zone of Gods, Madake You Die, Seven Hearts, Abon Foundation, Vanguard, Dystopia, Aura, and Black Mask Click. I think that's everybody. I think Purge, they're around. Unfortunately, they've been knocked out, but they're being good sports and they're hanging out, enjoying the event. Hopefully, they'll be in the chat participating. So I'm getting confirmations right now that Godly has been is already ready and they're in place. They're going to be the first match. Godly will be playing against. Oh, let me quickly check the rankings here. Godly will be playing against Seven Hearts. That's going to be our first game for today. Godly is Seven Hearts. We're still in group stages, so it's the same format as yesterday. 3 rounds for 3 minutes. And it's either you wipe the enemy team or it's however many kills you get. I just got confirmation that Zone of Gods is ready on their maps, so we're just slowly moving the whole team. In the meantime, we can walk around, check out some stuff with the new client. It's hard to show on stream, but I'm running a high refresh monitor, 144 Hz, and I'm able to hit 144 Hz of frames, so it's a lot smoother. Get full performance as I pan. Probably doesn't come through on the stream due to the 60 FPS on the stream, but you gotta trust me on that one. We've done some things like there's a alpha exponential fog in the background, so the fog might look different for those of you who can notice these things, for the observant players. Let's take a look. If we take a look at like some of the changes we made to glow, if we zoom in here, you can see. Let's take a look at Unicron. We can see that the glow is a little bit sharper, a little bit cleaner. Simon, you can see his glow is a little bit cleaner on his character. So just slowly making some visual upgrades. You know, there's a lot of people here. There's a lot of effects, and I have 0 performance change. That's the biggest one. Yeah, look at these glows right here. The green glow just looks a lot better now. Or maybe that's the light blue. So we're excited for this update. Like, Rose's an old game, there's no reason for it to lag on a modern computer, and we spent a lot of time the past few months buffing this up. So our supporters right now who support us on Ko-Fi, they get download links for this, so we've been sharing it with them. We've been getting feedback. It's in the alpha state right now. We're solving some crashes as they get reported, some glitches and that sort of thing. But once it's ready, we're gonna roll it out to our players. And I'm missing the chat right here, so let me see if I can pull that up. I'm listening into the team in the background working. They're setting up some people, moving them around, getting them in place. Oh. A little bit of echo there. So we just got to get the teams in place. Everyone's getting ready, switching out their gears, getting their kits set up. So once they're ready, we port them to the maps that we set up that you saw yesterday, and then we'll start the matches. I might bounce around and take a look at the maps and see how everyone's doing. Let's see if we can find some of the teams. Yep, so Zone of Gods here waiting patiently for their match. Looks like they're all ready. Loving the costume. Fisherman set. Love it. Yesterday a lot of teams put on some costumes, took some photos. It was a nice little touch. I appreciated that a lot. Alright, let's go to the next map, see if we have anyone there. Alliance Plains. Time to go fast. Too fast. Alright, here's Godly. They're just waiting for their opponent's 7 hearts. They're going to be the first match of the day. Let's see if anyone's around here. Nope. So Godly and Zone of Gods are looking good. No one on this map. We were going to include this map, actually, a version of Sunshine Coast, but a little oversight on our part. We forgot to remove the mobs. So if you're fighting here, you can't tab target, and so we decided to not include this map in the competition. Just a little oversight. Alright, BMC is ready. Looking good, ladies and gents. The Black Robe costume, I like that. I like that. Very nice. And then we'll check the last map. I think maybe not anyone here yet. Yeah, so we're still setting up, still getting people in place. And once I get the confirmation from the team, then we can get some people fighting, see some matches. So let's see in the chat what's going on. Maybe I can answer some questions in the meantime, see how everyone's doing. See. Alright, getting some questions on the client. Will the performance be better on a new CPU? So the reason that we started doing this upgrade is that Rose Online, the game was it used your CPU a lot. So even if you had a very strong GPU, you couldn't reach get a high FPS no matter what you did, right? Like you could have an RTX 4090, you could have like the latest Threadripper CPU or something, right? And you still wouldn't get max performance. You'd be lucky to get maybe 50, 60 FPS in that case. I mean, you could squeeze out maybe 100 if you're by yourself on a map with nothing, but the performance is really bad. So the new client brings it up to modern standards. It's going to use your GPU a lot more. So that's where the performance gain comes from. We also made some changes to like the physics and things like that. So a lot of exciting things coming through. And I just touched the surface of what we worked on. This was a complete rewrite of the engine in the background. Nice, we got some got an Envy, Aura, Zone of Gods, and Vanguard fan. Very nice. Alright, just listening to some feedback. They're getting 7 hearts ready. Teleporting them. That's going to be our first match, so we might be able to start that off. We got Vanguard here, PMC, Dystopia. And we got some other clans just hanging out, checking out the action. Olympus, Kilobot. We have any favorites for today? Any predictions? predictions? No favorites? Everyone's just eager to get started. I understand. Let's see if we see any familiar faces from yesterday. Psychosians yesterday, they played against Avon. Unfortunately, they lost, but they put up a good fight. The flower costumes, definitely a nice touch. We have Zone of Gods here. They played yesterday against Envy. It was a good fight, actually, very good battle, but Envy just had a little bit of an upper hand on them. So it was a good match. Avon yesterday, strong showing from Avon. They won both their matches. They played against BMC and Psychosians, so very strong looking team yesterday. There was a couple of wipes, I think, so well played by them. Vanguard had put up a good fight. Unfortunately, they lost against Madake Udai, but it was a good fight. Curious to see how they'll play against Dystopia today. That should be an interesting match. BMC, also good fighters. They went up against Avon. Unfortunately, they lost their 3 matches, but with interesting tactics there. And then finally, from the clans that are here on the beach, Dystopia yesterday, they fought against Madaka Udai. Fortunately, they also didn't win their 3 matches, but they put up a good fight. They had an interesting build yesterday with the Battle Cleric. Got some comments on that in the chat. We'll see if they stick with that strategy or if they make some changes for today. And then, yeah, Psychosians, and we have Godly and 7 Hearts already in place. We'll just wait for them to get finalized so we can start their matches. What's this guy doing? Floating castle gear? Getting some predictions in the chat. Chauras is giving a shout out to 7 Hearts. Felt they were pretty organized and managed to focus their targets. We'll see how they play today. First match against Godly. Baruna Roika. His favorites are Zone of Gods, Vanguard, and Avon. So he's worried that his favorite teams will go against each other, but we'll see what happens at the end of the group stages here. And Kamafete is an Aura fan. Actually, I haven't seen Aura this morning, or did I miss them? They might already be in place for their match. He's predicting an Aura domination. We got a Psychosians fan, Krumo304. Shout out to them. And another Aura fan, Enil Jr. So I'm listening in to the team. They're still moving people, getting in place. Once I get the go ahead, we'll go ahead and start the match. Rosher giving us a dance. BMC is scary, or I scary, with a nice outfit right here. Speedo for the beach, very appropriate. Oh, I got summoned to the first fight. Very good, very good. 7 Hearts versus Godly. Oh wow, everyone's already in place. This match is ready to go. I think today I'm in charge of the countdowns and toggling the match. So let me get everything in place. Let's make sure everybody is attackable. Perfect. Alright, they're still not ready, so we'll give them time to get ready. Let me check in with the team. Alright, was just checking in with the team, the logistics for this. I'll be in charge of countdown and starting the match. We have Haz DS. He'll be recording for us on those close matches where, you know, we need some extra info. We use that with the logs. And then it's the same format as yesterday, so 3 minutes. And we're just waiting for the teams to get ready here. Alright, we're just working out the logistics here. Looks like Godly is ready. Oh, no, we gotta wait. 7 hearts. You know, very organized team, I think. Always trading potions, always getting set up. But Godly had a very strong showing. Both of these teams won their first matches, so I think this is going to be a good fight right here. Both very organized teams. So we're getting, we're getting in place here. There's a question about a certain potion that doesn't seem to be working on Suspect. Can't use one of the honor potions, but everyone else can. Seems that he can't use any honor potions. It's very strange. So we're just trying to work out. Seems to be only impacting one player allegedly. It's not something we'd be able to kind of investigate and fix right now, so we're going to determine how to proceed right. So once the team figures that out, we'll start this match. Trezinet is coordinating with them. Let's see if they're willing to proceed even despite the buff potion situation. Okay. I'm getting in position. Looks like we're doing the ready checks. 7 hearts versus Godly. Group C. Final match for this group. 3 rounds of 3 minutes. Alright, countdown's beginning. Here we go. First match of the day. Seven Hearts against Godly. 3, 2, 1. Fights on. Alright. Quick start. Godly pushing out. A fake. Capitana trying to go for the early taunt. Wait, we're getting a bug player. Looks like some players seem to have been bugged out. Let's reset them. Seems like players were not able, or Godly was attacking Pokimane as an enemy, even though they're on the same clan. I'll just do a quick check. Doing a reset. Okay, looks like it's good. False start, just a little glitch. Let everybody reset their cooldowns. We got a couple of Seven Heart fans in the chat. Any Godly fans want to shout out? Give a shout out for your team. We're resetting here, letting the cooldowns reset. Everybody can fix up their buffs. There we go. Now we got some Godly fans in the chat. Alright. We'll wait for we got the ready signal from Seven Hearts. Looking for a ready signal from Godly. Alright, looks like everyone's ready. 3, 2, 1. Fights on. Godly versus Seven Hearts. Alright, rushing straight in. Gord Aldrim's deep in the back line, going for Jiren the Mage, I guess. Yeah, going straight, locking him down. That's a strat for sure. We got Moonlight Attack taking a lot of hits. Ooh, Moonlight Attack goes down. That's rough. First death for Godly. Did they manage to break into the back line? No, Jiren is still alive, running for his life though. We got Moonlight Attack still down, no res on him, but we got intense fighting everywhere. Previously we saw Seven Hearts really focusing. Oh no, I'm dead. Alright, we had previously Seven Hearts would focus one player, but it seems they have a new strategy this match. It seems everybody's getting targeted, everybody's getting hit. No 2 versus 1s. Moonlight Attack's back in the fight. Still advantage Seven Hearts with 1 kill, but this is a close match so far. Just fighting everywhere. Nobody picking on the sidelines. Nobody getting isolated. Nobody getting cut off. Just a big cluster in the middle. Oh, Moonlight Attack goes down for the second time. 2-0. Fortunately, I died, so I have to do some magical camera work. Moonlight Attack still down. Pokimane now getting focused. Alright, the Seven Hearts focusing strategy is coming to play here. Oh, Pokimane goes down. That's 3 deaths for Godly. 90 seconds remaining. Pokimane back in the fight. Jiren now getting hunted. Can they drop him though? I'm back in the fight. Let me toggle so I don't die again. Pokimane down again. Moonlight still down. I think that's a vengeance death right here. It's looking like a Seven Hearts win this round unless Godly can turn it around and get a few kills in. They try to go for Jiren, but they have not dropped him. He keeps getting stunned, he keeps getting focused. Seven Hearts now pressing their advantage. You can definitely see Godly trying to stay in the fight, but definitely at a disadvantage. Cleric's working hard, Oh, Minister goes down. That's one of their clerics. It's not looking too good for Godly right now. Falcon down. It might be is it going to be a wipe against Godly? No, they're putting up a good fight. They still got Saphira up. Oh no, she just got 4 or 5 men toggled. Saphir gonna go down? If Saphir goes down, it might be over Godly. That's a wipe. 7 Hearts takes the round. Well played, well played. Godly was focusing on Jiren, dove the back line, sent in their knight, but they weren't able to get him down, and then they started to lose a few players, and they weren't able to recover after that. Good fight, though. It was an interesting showing from 7 Hearts. In the beginning, they didn't do any kind of aggressive focusing strategy, but it seemed to play out for them, and then halfway through, they switched back to 3-on-1 strategy. Interesting. That was a very good fight. We'll see if the teams make some adjustments here and how the second round goes. Got some comments about Jiren's mana shield. Definitely. Jiren was he was definitely focused, but he managed to stay up. Kudos to him. Kudos to his team for keeping him alive. Cord Aldrum just starting that match, booking it to the back, running through the whole enemy team to go for that mage. And he locked him down, but they just weren't able to secure a kill. So first round goes to 7 Hearts. So I don't think that was an imbalanced match. I think that was just a good matchup and a couple of deaths that turned the tide in the favor of 7 Hearts. Could go wrong. Could go the other way for 7 Hearts, depending on how the second round goes. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Looks like all of Godly's teams back. I had to respawn. I had a little bit of a faux pas there where I got absolutely wrecked by all these AoEs. So let's see how these strategies evolve. What is Godly going to do this round to tip it in their favor? They started with that backline attack, and then all chaos unfolded. Maybe they'll have a different strategy. Maybe they'll just try to execute that backline attack differently. So we're seeing 7 from Godly. One of their members might be Invis. We'll see if we do a ready check here shortly. We got a confirmation from 7 Hearts, they're ready. We're checking with Godly. Alright, we're ready from Godly. I think we're going to do the countdown, start the second round. 3, 2, 1. Fights on. Godly versus 7 Hearts, second round for Group C stages. Both of these teams are moving on to the second round, but this is to seed the knockout stages. So Godly change of strategy, a lot more conservative, not going for that back line like first round. We have Minicer sneaking around the edge, trying to get a silence off. That's interesting. Aggressive play by the cleric. Interesting strategy. He gets slept. Speed poking. Both teams playing very safe. 7 Hearts might be trying to play around their mana flames. Godly sweeping around, much more conservative. Looking for a pick, I imagine. Looking for an entry. Suspect, he's hiding in the trees, using the landscape to his advantage. Alright, we got some engages. Autumn Dawn popping out of Invis, going after Moonlight Attack. Fights are breaking out on the edge here. Suspect trying to zone Pokimane. Big fights in the middle here. No single specific target. A lot of sparring, a lot of duels. Saphira trying to chase away Suspect here, poking Pokimane. There definitely seems to be a strategy of focusing down the mages. That's definitely a pattern for both teams. These mages must be scary enough. Affliction getting picked. Moonlight Attack goes down. That's 1 for 7 hearts. Affliction down. That's 1 to 1. Okay, we got a fair trade. 90 seconds remaining. We haven't considered a tie scenario. We might have to do a tiebreaker. So far it's 1 to 1. Moonlight Attack still out of this fight, but Affliction back on his feet. Pokimane down. That's 1 more against Godly. 2-1 towards 7 hearts. Big fight in the middle here. Big cluster. Falcon running. Safe. Falcon goes down. That's 3 dead for Godly. Can they get another kill, Godly? Can they equalize? 7 hearts just tanky, just outlasting. They did drop 1 though. Very close fight. Pokimane back in the fight. Moonlight still waiting. Falcon back in the fight. It's a big battle here. Autumn Dawn trying to catch Falcon once they pop out of Invis. Going after Pokimane. They definitely have a strategy of going for the weaker suspects. Those coming out of respawn, those coming out of revive, not buffed. Pokimane down. Looks like another turn for 7 hearts. Godly just not able to take down more of the enemy team. Clerics holding strong. Salamanders putting in work. Looks like no more deaths coming. A little bit of a stalemate in the center here, but in favor of 7 hearts, and that's game. Second round goes to 7 hearts. Very close in the beginning. We had Affliction down and we had Moonlight Attack down, but then after that Affliction kill, Godly was not able to secure a second kill. So that puts 7 hearts on top. Both of the teams are continuing out of the group stage, so maybe a little bit of less stressfully for Godly, but great showing by both teams so far. So we saw a little bit of a hesitation from both teams to initiate. I think ultimately Godly started the fight, and it was a close match. We have a 2-0 for 7 hearts. So we're going to go to the third round, the final match for this group stage. The ready checks coming in already. I'm going to jump right into it. That was a close match at the start, and let's see if Godly can repeat that start and hold out a little bit longer, maybe get a couple more kills. They were able to drop Affliction. Their first round strat of focusing Jira in the backline did not pan out. 7 hearts definitely focusing the mages, definitely going for Moonlight Attack, Pokimane, just trying to pick on specific targets, and it seems to be working out for them. They were able to rack in a couple kills. We got a ready confirmation from 7 hearts. Must be feeling pretty good on the 7 hearts team right now. 5 wins under their belts, moving on to the group stage as the first team in their group. Godly just here to leave their mark, see if they can pull in 1 more win, show that they are a worthy competitor and not to be messed with. Still waiting on a ready signal from Godly. We got some jokes about Mana Flames being too strong. Seems the teams are both using them to their advantage. Countdown begins. 3, 2, 1. Third round, Godly versus Seven Hearts, Group C. Another conservative start from both teams. I think both are trying to utilize their flame pools. Try to goad the enemy team in, but nobody is taking the bait. Both just sitting in their camps, running down the clock. Suspect walking to the enemy team, taunting the enemy team perhaps. Minister taking the bait, sleeping him, but no full engage. Speed jumping. I think we got a little bit of a stalemate here. Both teams know that whoever engages has a disadvantage perhaps. Being away from your pool of salamanders. Just some pokes, but no initiate. Affliction's invis times out, not even near the enemy. A critical hit on an invisible player right here. Might be one of the moderators. Nothing, no action, no action. Both teams taking it quietly. Clock ticking down. Suspect just hiding in the bush. Nobody can see him. Top 10 camouflage. Cauldron's initiating, going for that backline. Straight for Jiren, but gets stunned. Moonlight attack just getting pummeled. Just pure focus. Can he survive? Just look at all those heals running up on him. Definitely that's the 7 Heart strat, focusing on one player coming through. He runs away, he lives. Minister backing him up. Affliction getting hunted in the background here. 90 seconds remaining, and this is not only the combat only started now. Both teams ran down the clock about halfway. We might have missed a kill here. Moonlight in the background. There we go. Hunted and killed off scene. That looks like 1-0 for 7 Hearts. Just absolute mayhem, chaos. Players getting run off. Players getting focused. Falcon down. Another kill for 7 Hearts. Just the team cores have been evaporated. There's no salamander pool, there's no contingency, there's no AoE grouping. Everyone's just dueling, sparring on the edges. Moonlight attack back in the fight. Falcon's still down here in the distance. Can we get any 7 Heart kills, or are 7 Heart gonna sweep this group stage fight? Looks like Court Aldrum down. Big tanky guy down. Okay, looks like 7 Hearts is locking down their win here. Pokimane getting just grouped on. Pokimane goes down. Affliction now getting focused by Vengeance. Can he take him out? No, he gets back up from Suspect. Gets peeled off, but stays in the fight poking. Jiren in the background. Godly not able to bring their team members in the fight. Falcon drops. Can they drop one 7 Hearts player? Does not look like it. Looks like this is going to be a 7 Hearts victory. Good fight by Godly. Very awkward dance in the beginning. A little bit of taunting for a minute, almost a minute and a half. And 7 Hearts secures their win. So both of these teams will be going to the knockout stages. 7 Hearts will be seeded as the first of their group, and Godly will be seeded as the second for their group. So we will see them in the knockout stages. Seems that there was an Affliction missed. Affliction death missed. He went down and probably was revived pretty fast that I missed it. Good fight nonetheless. Well played Godly. Well played 7 Hearts. We'll be jumping to our next group fight. I'll check in with the team, see who's next up on the roster. Okay, we're getting ready for round 2. We have Aura versus Zone of Gods. This is group stage. Let let me double check. Excuse me. This is Group A. So this is going to be the final match for Group A. Aura yesterday had some interesting matches against Envy. It was a 2-1. Let's see how they play against Zone of Gods. Zone of Gods looking for some wins here. Zone of God needs to secure a couple of wins to get out of the group stage, so this is an important round for them. They got their Fisherman costume set going, and we got Aura with the white look, white school look. Everybody's getting in position. Jamhaz and Mod Drezzy getting everyone in place. Make sure everyone's readied up on the iconic title map. Take a look at the lineup. Some familiar faces from yesterday on the Zone of God side. Maybe one or two subs. Familiar faces from the Aura side. The mini Worm Dragon wings. We'll see the strategies coming out here. We saw a little bit of different play styles from Seven Hearts and Godly. Seven Hearts having a little bit more group tactics, Godly trying to hit that back line. We'll see how these two clans decide to open this match. I think opening is pretty key. We've seen some teams have some interesting openings. Abon likes the mount rush opening, where they hop on their mounts and do a quick deep dive into the enemy team. Other teams prefer playing around their salamanders. So we'll see how these teams choose to play today. And I think it makes a difference on your team comp and your team strategies. So looks like we're gonna do a ready check and get this fight going. We gotta get Drezzy out of the way. We got a hold request here. So one of the teams not ready. So it's gonna be interesting to see how the meta evolves out of these tournaments. You know, most of these clans are pretty big names in the game, and seeing them play, seeing their strategies, seeing their comps, I think we'll see some meta adjustments. Maybe some requests from the players for some class balancing changes, some reviews. I think we'll all benefit from this and evolve the game for the better. So this match is starting. Aura versus Zone of Gods, Group A, fight 1 of 3, and it's on. Looks like we have another. Oh, hold on, we got a stoppage. We got a bugged player. Seems to be a pattern on our matches today. Starting out a little bit bugged. I'm gonna reset. Let's make sure everyone's name is colorful. Yep. Unfortunately, we had a lot more technology in place to assist with this tournament, but due to an issue with our patch on Friday, we had to roll back everything, and that included the systems and tools we added for this tournament. So it's a little bit rough today, but we understand players, make adjustments in their schedules to be here, so we decided to not reschedule the tournament, and we are doing things manually. Getting some ready checks. Three, 2, 1. Waiting for the go. Waiting for the go. Fight. Alright, match is on. Zone of Gods versus Aura. Let me back up. Conservative start again. Nobody wants to engage. Both teams just AoEing trying to hit the invis targets. Alright, we got a little bit of stun going off on Zone of Gods. Lydia getting ganged right here. They're moving in. Both teams moving in. Zone of Gods coming in to Aura Salamanders. Don't see a strategy panning out. Seems to be going through the... Oh, Zone of God drops Rafflesia. Just caught off guard. Nauro done too. 1-1. Okay, we have a 1-1 right now. The scouts just picking off. 2-1. Alright, Rao drops. Might have missed a death. I heard there might have been another death. Axer down. Oh no, look, not looking good for Zone of Gods. They've got 3 down right now. Cleric's taking a lot of heat. 4 down. Rafflesia back down. Aura just picking their targets right now. Hercules just not letting Toshinen run. Toshinen down. Mimoska just getting beat up, and it looks like a wipe. Aura wipe Zone of Gods. That's an Aura victory right there. It seemed that Zone of Gods went on the attack, entered Aura's zone, and that might have gone against their favor. Those salamanders that were in place might have benefited Aura, but there definitely looked to be some focusing tactics from Aura, picking off players one by one, ganging up on them, scouts on the edge, on the sidelines poking. We've got some messages that some of these players might need to relog. So we'll let them relog. They might be having some issues on their machines. So it was a close battle in the beginning. Zone of Gods dropped one of the players of Aura. I believe it was, I don't recall, but Aura dropped a player. Oh, it was Nauru. That's right. Nauru dropped. Interesting, going for the cleric, or that perhaps is a knight. But they were not able to keep that momentum. I think they got counter killed, which did not give them an advantage. And then Aura managed to turn the tide in their favor, knock down another player. And those deaths, they're punishing, right? Because when you respawn, you don't have any buffs, and you just taken some time from your cleric to revive you, and so you have to get healed up. You need to get rebuffed by the rest of your team, who might be in combat, might be stunned, might be muted. So recovering from a death on your team is hard, and so when you get a kill on any team, you get a slight advantage, and we definitely see a snowball. So let's see how the second round goes for Zone of Gods. They had a good start, but then it snowballed away from them. We got a hold request from Aura. Waiting for Aura to get ready here. Zone of Gods looks like they're ready. See how they shift up their strategies for the second round. Looking at the rankings here, Zone of Gods needs to get 2 wins here to continue. It would actually be a tie between Aura and Zone of Gods if Zone of Gods wins their next 2 matches. So this fight right here is very important for Zone of Gods. We got readies from both teams, it seems. Countdown begins. Fight's on. Oh, we got the relogged characters are bugged. Where's Nauru? Alright, Some technical hurdles, but we can work through them. Looks like everybody is activated. We're gonna just do a quick reset. Let the cooldowns reset. So we got some predictions here in the chat that it's gonna be a repeat of last round. Aura's gonna play passively and force Zone of Gods to go on the offensive. We kind of saw that last match with Godly and Seven Hearts, that both teams played passive and then it forced the clock to run down. Alright, we got ready confirmation from Aura. Let's check Zone of Gods. Zone of Gods AoEing even before the match starts. Same thing with Aura. We got a ready confirmation. Countdown begins. 3, 2, 1. Fights on. Zone of Gods, Aura, second round. First round went to Aura. We'll see if Zone of Gods can pick up the second round. Both teams just playing passively. Zone of Gods creeping forward. Axer going in deep. Oh, gets tagged by 3 enemies. Gets locked down. No support from his team, but they're drawing Hercules out. Aura getting drawn into the fight in the middle. Axer goes down. He baited the team, but he takes his life for it. Now the fight's on. Money Honey just running right past Mimoska, going for Rao. 2 down for Zone of Gods. Not looking a good start. Can they recover though? Raffalesia comes out of Infiz. Lydia goes down. That's 4 down, 5 down. Oh no, might be a wipe for Zone of Gods. Might be a quick wipe. Mini QQ or Miki QQ, yep. There we go, quick wipe. Toshiren taken out. Unfortunate round for Zone of Gods, but they did a good job luring Aura out of their bonfires, out of their salamanders into the middle of the fight here, but it cost them Axer. Axer went down for that, and from there Aura just capitalized on their advantage and went in hard on the line and took the win. Last round here. Can Zone of Gods pull one? Can they? Someone's third eye has left this world, all the way in the distance here. Goodbye, third eye. It's nice knowing you. Zone of Gods forcing the fight, but not able to isolate an enemy and get a kill. It looked like Hercules was on his own for a moment there, but they weren't able to take him out, and they lost Axer as a result. We're just waiting for the ready confirmation from players. We got both teams practicing their AoEs. Got a wait request from Aura. Some speculation in the chat that failing to lock down those mages is gonna hurt because they can stun, they can mute, and they can AoE, and that magic damage is painful. So letting them just cast their magic against you comes at a great cost to your team. Let's see if Zone of Gods, they have a third chance here to try a new strategy. See if they can pull out a win, or are Aura gonna lock it down? Looks like the teams are getting ready. Waiting for some ready checks, some ready confirmations, and then we can do the third match. Zone of Gods ready. 2-0 for Aura. Can they make it 3-0, or will Zone of Gods steal a win here? We got a ready confirmation from Aura. Ready confirmation from Zone of Gods. Alright, looks like this match is going to start. Third round for Zone of Gods versus Aura. Countdown starting. 3, 2, 1. Fights on. Aura playing safely. Zone of Gods going for the mount rush. Reindeers, chickens, they're going all in. Going for that back line. Interesting new strategy from Zone of Gods. Is it going to pay off? Stuns come out. Their Rao goes down. Their mount offensive gets stopped. That cavalry charge not paying off for them, but Rao's back in the fight. Fight's not over. Axer goes down. 2-0 for Aura. Zone of Gods just kind of playing around all over the place. Aura playing around all over the place. Worshipful Master went down. Another death for Zone of Gods. These mages on the sidelines just doing crazy damage output. Axer goes down. Uncontested mage spam. Rao goes down again. Rafflesia is down. Not looking good for Zone of Gods. Miki QQ spamming heals but getting focused by the mages on the backline. Money Honey just spamming Miki QQ. Toshinen down. This might be another sweep, another wipe for Aura. Unless Miki QQ can bring her team back in the fight. Mimoska's back up, keeping those heals going. Can they bring Axer back in? Can they bring Rafflesia back in? There's still time. Miki Kuku goes down. Oh no. And hit the respawn button. Looks like they might have given up here, Zone of Gods. And it looks like it's going to be a wipe. 3-0 for Aura. Zone of Gods, recognizing that they were in a losing situation, just decided to call quits before time. 3-0 for Aura. Those mages on the back just wreaking havoc, uncontested. Looks like that was too much for Zone of Gods to handle. GG, well played both teams, well played Zone of Gods. That new strategy, the cavalry rush, hopping on their mounts, going in deep. It got them into the fight, but they just got hit by those stun walls and were not able to capitalize on that aggression. Very well played though, very good matches. We'll check in with the team here for the next fight. We'll have two more. There's two more rounds for the group stages. Looks like we're making very good time. We might jump into the knockout stages if all the teams are ready and available, which will leave us for the semifinals for another time. But let me check in with the team and see what our next group for the group stages are. Oh, you love to see it. Some great sportsmanship here. GG, well played from both sides. Zone of Gods wishing Aura the best. So I'm listening to the comms in the background. We're gonna release these teams until later in the day for the, at least for Aura, for the groups, for the knockout stage. Zone of Gods are out. Good fights, good showing, but they are out of this competition. We've got a question about, will there be a losers bracket? There won't, but we will have a bronze tier bracket for third place, I believe. I'll have to confirm with Drez. So let's take a look at the groupings, the brackets, and see where we're at right now. So Zone of Gods lost all their matches. They're out of the group stages. Aura and Envy will be moving on from their group. There's a match scheduled for Vanguard vs Dystopia to determine which one of these teams will be moving on from their group. Mada Kyudai is already in the knockout stages. Both Seven Hearts and Godly will be continuing. IPNQ was disqualified. Unfortunately, Purge was not able to move on from their group. Abon Foundation won both their games yesterday and they're moving on. There's one match between BMC and Psychosians that will determine which of these teams will be moving on from the group stages. So 2 more matches, BMC versus Psychosians, and then Vanguard and Dystopia, which will finish up our group stages for us, and then we can hop into the knockouts. Looks like the players are getting cleared out. Waiting to get summoned to the next fight. We'll just take a quick pause here. We'll just do a quick pause here, just to let the team get some things ready. We'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Looks like the next match is going to be Vanguard versus Dystopia. There's been a little bit of a delay on Dystopia. Need a couple more minutes to get some things ready. Vanguard are all here and ready to go. So we'll wait for Dystopia to make their way for their match. So the team will bring Dystopia once they're ready. They're in the main world, maybe preparing some equipment, some last minute refining, some last minute reinforcements, some gem swaps, that sort of thing. And they'll be brought here shortly for their match. Dystopia not ready. Maybe we can check in on BMC Psychosians. Teams, you know, we schedule some times, teams become available, but things come up, so we try to accommodate their needs in the scheduling. Pricks putting on a nice show for us with those emotes. Thug Champ from Vanguard shouting out Scar for cheering for them. Got the nice rodeo hats. Got a shout out from Mons. They're ready to fight, they're ready to go, but we're just waiting on Dystopia. They've requested more time, Dystopia, so we'll give them a little bit more time to make their way here. It'll be an interesting fight. Both teams lost to Mada KU Dai, but it'll be interesting to see how they face, play against each other. It's hard to know, is Mada a very strong team, or where the matches were fairly close, right? So it could be just been a bad day for those teams. We'll have to see. We got some complaints in the Twitch chat about some of these clan members. Some of these clans have team members on their team, and some complaints about that, but to make the game better, we have to play the game, right? So, I'm checking in with the team, seeing the status of Dystopia. We might have to jump to a different match if the other team's ready. Let me check in and see where we're at. Okay, so I just checked in with the team. We're working with Dystopia to get them here into the map. They've requested a little bit more time. BMC versus Psychosians. Psychosians need a little bit more time for a couple of their players as well. So some delays just on the player sides, organizing themselves. Be interesting. The last match, we saw a very strong dominance of the mage, and Zone of Gods was not able to respond to that. We didn't see as much of a dominance of that in Seven Hearts and Godly match. They definitely were a presence, but they weren't as dominant as in the last match. I'll be curious to see how the mages play in this one. We've seen teams strategize around that, zoning out the mages, using the scouts to pick the back line, using raiders to pick the back line and stop those mages from being able to spam. Seen a lot of crossbow players as well, for the probably as knights for the taunts, perhaps as scouts. We're getting a bathroom request from Kid. We've authorized his bathroom request. We got some trash talking from the Vanguard side towards Dystopia, who are infamous for their Turak farming, just as Zone of Gods are infamous for their Luna Clan field farming. It's nice to see these clans with their reputations going head to head, putting their money where their mouth is to see who are the best. I appreciate all the teams putting on costumes. I think some teams have gotten some photos, team photos of the day. We can maybe share those after the after the tournament. We'll upload some of these matches to the YouTube so that those who miss it can see the matches. And we'll sit here and chat while we wait for Dystopia to get ready. Kid explaining to us how he uses the facilities and why it takes him 30 minutes to go to the bathroom. So far the new client has been working very well today. No issues, no lag, no crashing. It's looking very good. Might go take a look at what's the situation with Dystopia. Looks like they're here in Adventurous Plain. We got Dresdenid here trying to corral them, get them ready for their match. Oh, looks like he's getting ready to teleport them. Very good, very good. Some of our other contestants who already have made it to the group stage are patiently waiting for their knockouts. We have Madake Udai here, Envy, Abon. Allies of the Vanguard team here in solidarity with their teammates. BMC will be going up against Psychosians in a little bit, but we had a request from Psychosians to go last due to some scheduling issues. Looks like they are getting teleported here. Maybe I can keep them on screen, help the team see the names and do the teleport. Some taunting from Jory dropping a Lysand U. Just making sure we take the 8 players that are on the roster. Sometimes players park a few more here, so we want to make sure we teleport the right team members. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 from Dystopia. We're still missing 2. Tito Bong competed yesterday. Is he gonna fight again today? We got an inappropriate clan that we have to act on here shortly. Dystopia having a little bit of a delay here. No response from 2 of their team members. Let's see, maybe we can start teleporting them and going from there. Yeah, if this delay goes on too long, it might be a forfeit, so we need to start teleporting them, but we can't delay too long. Alright, looks like we're gonna start getting Dystopia in a place. They're missing their last player, but we'll start getting them in place and we'll get their last person teed up. Alright, looks like the teleporting is starting. And their last player confirmed, Tito Bong. There we go. I will help to speed this up. Wrong map. Wrong map. We'll get it. We'll get it. Nope. Nope. This is why I'm not in charge. There we go. Right map. Here we go. players. Dystopia now coming in for their fight against Vanguard. Both teams need to win to get out of group stages. Looks like we have some subs, a lot of subs from the Dystopia side. Some relogs. A little bit of delays from the teams, but we'll accommodate and understand. Things happen, you sub out your team because they have in real life stuff to deal with. And we want to make sure that, you know, every team has a fair chance. Vanguard getting in a position, patiently waiting. We appreciate them accommodating. Some players in the chat asking what happened to Doc Q. Looks like he might have been subbed out. Gonna reset some of the new players, but not everybody was subbed. Some familiar faces from yesterday. Jung P the Scout, Tito Bong on Cleric Judy, Boss J the Mage. Yep, they all played yesterday, so we'll see how they do today. So no Doc Q, which generated a lot of attention from the chat yesterday because he was playing the unconventional battle cleric role, which did not go in Dystopia's favor. Seems that meta might not be as powerful in this comp. So looking at the lineup, we have Tito Bong on cleric and I guess Zai on cleric over here. Looking very real in his costume. Or no, that's looks like a knight. Hard to say. No, that's the cleric and proper is the knight. Interesting gems. We'll see if this change in lineup goes in Dystopia's favor. Just some logistics right now to get them all ready for the match. On the Vanguard side, we have all familiar faces from yesterday. We'll see how they play today. Looks like Vanguard's ready. We're just giving Dystopia a second to handle their new skill trees after the resets of the new players. Couple of Dystopia clan members out of costume, missing their St. Patrick's event outfits. Just waiting for the teams to be fully ready and start this match. This will be the final match for Group B, Vanguard Dystopia. The winner from this round will continue on to the knockouts. A couple of players upset not to see the battle cleric meta returning, but I think there might have been an availability issue, or maybe it was a strategy from Dystopia. We'll see. They have a more traditional lineup with a player that appears to be a full support cleric, but won't know until the fight starts. Some combat potions being shared on the Vanguard side. We have a few substitutes on the Dystopia side. There was a question in chat. I think it's better to talk about who was here yesterday. Tito Bong, Boss J, Jong P, and I believe Gabriella were all here yesterday. Doing some ready checks here. I'll get in position next to this very strong tanky tree. Absorbed a lot of damage yesterday. For those of you who were there, gotta watch out for this guy. We got Keen requesting a wait on their side, on the Vanguard side. Top-down view being requested. Let's see if we can. So it's a little harder to track the action, I think, from this view. I got a whisper from Sexy Beast asking to be a co-host, and Cruzel recommending I hire a Maori cameraman. Just waiting for the teams to get ready. Waiting for the ready confirmations. Then we will start Vanguard versus Dystopia to see who makes it to the next stage. We got a ready signal from Dystopia. Okay. Vanguard moving around. Pricks getting a little angsty. Tsukishima getting a little angsty. Sub on the Vanguard side for today, but we'll see how they place. Fight is starting. Vanguard versus Dystopia. Pricks going in. Dystopia clumped, but Tito Bong all by himself going after Keen. No backup from his team. Here we go. Dystopia moving in. There's a little breakout fight here with Pricks just distracting half of Dystopia, while a one-on-one goes on in the back here. Very awkward fight so far. We got a call from Tsukishima. Tsukishima was bugged. Taking damage from his team. Awkward fight, perhaps because Tsukishima was not able to be focused. Messy start. We'll just double check everyone's availability. Alright. Tsukishima was just tanking Dystopia and his own team members. Amazing that he did not die. That sub, good call from the Vanguard side, clearly. But we've corrected that issue. We let the teams reset. And we'll restart this round. Pricks again coming out on the edge all by himself. Just wait for the ready confirmations from both teams. Vanguard ready. Dystopia ready. Alright. Looks like we're going to start the match now. No more bugged members. 3, 2, 1. 1. 1. Fight's on. Dystopia versus Vanguard. Pricks getting hit. Tito Bong going aggressive again. This time Dystopia has some backup as they go in. Tsukishima popping out of his invis. 2 fights. Camps are split. There's definitely a focusing here on proper. Nope. It was just a bait. Boss J dropped way away from the fight. Must have been isolated focused. Just absolute mayhem, absolute chaos right here. Boss J back in the fight. Pricks just poking from the edge. Tsukishima just poking from the edge. No contest. Nobody stopping them. Boss J goes down again. Rezzed back in the fight. Definitely a focus on the mages and the clerics from Dystopia. Vanguard playing the strats of taking out the mages. No deaths on the Vanguard side yet. Those mages are putting in work with those salamanders, keeping their team alive. Very awkward fighting. Fights breaking out everywhere. 2-on-1s. No real clear outcome from here. Salamanders taking hits. Zhong Pi goes down. That's 3 down for Dystopia. Looks like it's going in Vanguard's favor, but very sporadic fighting. Breakout fight over here. Pricks running for his life, trying to kite. Zhong Pi stunned on the edge there. Tsukishima just dropping fire arrows. Boss J goes down. We got, Hayes dropped in the middle here. I missed that one. Zhong Pi goes down again. This is not looking good for Dystopia. Their death count is going up and up, and no Vanguards have been dropped yet. Another death on Zhong Pi here. Boss J just still out of the fight. Tsukishima just raining down fire arrows from the side here. Yavel goes down. Oh no, that's not good. Yavel's back in the fight, so they still got clerics up, but Dystopia losing a lot of men, losing a lot of women, not able to keep up. Dystopia loses Zhong Pi on the edge here. 2 down on the edge, no revive, a little bit outside of the fight, gonna be hard to revive them. Vanguard just poking from the edges, just able to rain down damage. Now the clerics of Dystopia under stress, taking a lot of hits. Tito Bong getting a lot of damage right here. Is he gonna? He drops. Not looking good for Dystopia. 30 seconds remaining. Can they hang tight? Yavel goes down. That's not good. That's a cleric gone. Proper fighting, trying to keep this fight going. Gabriella taking hits. Looks like it might be a win for Vanguard here. No Vanguard deaths, many Dystopia deaths. Gabriella down, Proper down. 5 seconds. Is it going to be a wipe, or will they stay on their feet? Looks like a wipe in the last 5 seconds. Victory for Vanguard. Very messy fighting. Vanguard using range to their advantage. Scouts staying on the edge. Pricks looking for taunts, sneaking around. Didn't look good for Dystopia. Once the bodies started falling, they were losing a man every few seconds. Hard to keep up from that, hard to come back from that. Victory to Vanguard 1-0. See how Dystopia responds to this. Their mages were definitely the focus of Vanguard's attacks. Mages are deadly if they're unchecked, and Dystopia did their best to defend their mages, but that left the Vanguard scouts open to picking off from outside the pack. We got a Vanguard wait request. We're doing some ready checks here. Got some shout outs in the chat. Some speculation in the chat about mages maybe being overtuned, but we've seen some teams respond to that by focusing their efforts to shut down the mage. I think we've seen that perhaps knights are a little bit undertuned. Champs and knights not making much of an impact. We've seen Borgs being the focus of several attacks, but able to do that splash AoE damage, which just hurts if they are uncontested. Ready checks going out. We got a ready confirmation from Dystopia. Waiting on Vanguard. Oh, looks like Vanguard's ready. Match is starting, round 2. Vanguard versus Dystopia. Vanguard took the first round through some messy fighting. Dystopia going in. Zai going in strong here on Pricks. Just by himself. Gabriella by themselves too. Jong P getting focused down by the Vanguard scouts. Again, we got split up fighting. Oh, Dystopia loses Jong P, and I saw death back here. Jong P back in the fight. It looks like it's going Vanguard's way. Now they've grouped. Again, the Vanguard scouts just picking from the sidelines, uncontested. Now the mages have peeled out. Keen dropping AoEs and magic. Boss J down. Tito Bong working hard, reviving his team. Hades goes down. It's not looking good for Dystopia, but Hades back in the fight very fast, and he's down just as he was brought back up. Nice stun by Tito Bong here, so he can work on bringing his team back. But Boss J down. Vanguard just picking from the edges, totally safe here, just raining damage. You can see the Dystopia clerics working hard just to keep the team up, but no contest on these outside players. It's working against Dystopia very badly. Just a big mass clump of people, but nobody going down from the Vanguard side. 90 seconds left for Dystopia to make a change here. Does not look like they're gonna pull out any different tactics here. Just fighting for their lives. Boss J back in the fight, but Vanguard just being able to poke from a distance. Just no. Boss J still down, but no new deaths. Still in Vanguard's favor. Boss J back in the fight, but mages and scouts on the Vanguard side just poking uncontested. Yavo goes down. Oh no. Jong P goes down. Hades goes down. Yavo's back in the fight. Dystopia just fighting hard to stay in this match. Hades and Jong P just not being able to get up. Boss J still down. 30 seconds left. It's going to be hard for Dystopia to turn this one around. Hades back in the fight, but just arrow after arrow after arrow. Yavo down again. Jong P down. Looks like this is going to be another Vanguard win here. But can Dystopia make a statement? Can they take out one of Vanguard's players? 5 seconds left. It's not looking like it. Proper might go down here in the last few seconds, and he survives. Tough match for Dystopia. Vanguard using their roles to their advantage. Mages, scouts out of the cluster, dropping arrows, dropping AoEs, and Dystopia not able to respond to that. Some speculation in the chat that it's very difficult to contest the players on the outside due to movement speed issues. Some complaints about the nice Rose Online chill music while an intense battle is happening in the background. It's interesting, teams that are taking advantage. Well, maybe we'll just turn the music off. It's tilting some people in chat here. Or we'll just lower it a little bit. Alright. One more round, Vanguard versus Dystopia left. Dystopia has not been able to respond to Vanguard's tactics. Fighting has been a bit messy. I think a little bit more organization from the Vanguard side. Pulling those mages, pulling those scouts out of the cluster, poking down while the bruisers distract and AoE. Flea whispering me, not happy with the music choice. But it is such a scenic, serenic map. Oh. Let's check. Oh, yeah. There we go. Just reset Guya. Team was informing me that we had a player relog, which bugs their state, and we just fixed that, so we don't have to do a pause and reset. Thanks to the team. They're in my ear, feeding me intel. Oh, we got a request to bring the music back. One person wanting music, vetoes 10 not. Sorry everybody. Maybe we can switch to default. No, it's the exact same for this map. Alright. We're doing some ready checks for the final round of Vanguard versus Dystopia. Vanguard clearly the dominant ones in this fight. Dystopia not able to respond to their tactics. Not able to shut down those scouts and those mages. We'll see what they do in the third round. And the fight is on. Zai, the initiator last time, initiating again, getting stunned. Pricks coming in too, trying to pull off a stun. Vanguard coming in around the flank, going for the back line. Much more aggressive than we've seen them do that before. Pricks getting double teamed down here. Let's see if he can outlast them. Jung P trying to pick off Keen. Now they're going for the mages, but he's getting 2-on-1'd. Hades goes down. Mons is down. That's the first Vanguard death. Looks like a 1-on-1, but Jung P gets taken out in that 2v1. 1 kill on the board for Dystopia, but 3 for Vanguard. So Vanguard's in the lead. Hades goes down again, brought back into the fight. Looks like it's still going in Vanguard's favor. Jung P way too far from the fight to be brought back in. Hades just getting absolutely focused. Pricks not able to, or Zai not able to stop Pricks here. Boss J goes down. Tito Bong just trying to stay alive so he can keep his team in the fight. Tsukushima was going uncontested. A weird chase with Pricks and Zai over here completely out of the fight. It's a little bit of night action over there. AoE clusters here. Very hard to survive here without spamming the heals. That's why it's important to keep your scouts and your mages out of range. 90 seconds left, but still Vanguard in the lead. We did see a Vanguard death. Hades down. No, this is Yavel's down here. Oh, and Hades. We got 2 Dystopia down here. We did see a Vanguard death. That's a Dystopia response, but 1 death does not outweigh theirs. Oh no, Tito Bong goes down. That's their cleric. That's going to be hard to recover from. Tito Bong's back in the fight. Close call. 90 seconds. Still in Vanguard favor. Zai going for Pricks again. Pricks just causing havoc, pulling their knights off the line. Jung P just out of the fight. So this has been a 7 versus 8 for quite a while now, and that hurts. You start to feel that damage loss. Nobody can stop Tsukushima here, just dropping arrows from the sideline, dropping his scout stun. Absolute chaos here. Boss J's down. Zai just trying to do something about Pricks, trying to shut him down, but nobody responding to Tsukushima on the side here. Boss J not back in the fight. Yavel down. Looks like a Vanguard major advantage here. It'd be very hard for Dystopia to recover at this point. Hades goes down. Gabriella goes down. 5 seconds remaining. I don't think Dystopia can respond. This is a Vanguard victory. 3-0. Vanguard will be going to the knockouts. Dystopia has been eliminated. They just could not respond to this Vanguard offensive. Very aggressive start from Vanguard. Flank around the edges, going straight for the throat, straight for the jugular, and it was all downhill from there for Dystopia. Well played by both teams, but a stronger Vanguard will move on. So that finishes out our matches for group stage. Let's take a look at the stages. For group stage B, it's complete. Mada Kyudai and Vanguard will be proceeding to the knockout rounds. We have one more group stage match left. Black Mask Click versus Psychosians. We'll see if they're available, if they're ready to go. That will be our last group stage matches, and then we will proceed with the knockouts. Let me check in with the team here, see the status. Alright, we've updated the scoreboards. Just the Vanguard Dystopia ones will be added now, and we're going to our final match, Black Mask versus Psychosians. Looks like everybody's ready, everybody to go. Just had a one player DC, and we will let them reconnect. So let's jump back to the game. Both teams are here, just doing the final checks. Getting some complaints about the music. I will lower it. Getting Psychosians in place. We'll do some toggle checks, make sure no one's glitched out. That's been a problem in almost every single match, but looks like right now it's okay. I think one player did disconnect. We're waiting for them to reconnect. There we go. Damage plan reconnected. We'll just pull him here just to make sure he gets reset. We got Zyrel saying he loves another clan, a different clan than the one he's in. Interesting shout out. Just waiting for the teams. Cruzel dropping some flames, saying Kyudai is better than Mada Kyudai. Shout out for Scary from Zyrel. And getting some whispers. Might have to. Sexy Beast got subbed out, it seems, from the BMC side, unfortunately. think we're just looking to reset one of the players here on the Psychosian side before we start this match, which will be our last group stage match. I got a request to turn on the sound effects. They can be quite overbearing, so we'll see how they come through. The most broken slider in Rose Online. Both of these teams played against Abon and both lost, so they're both fighting for second position here to continue to the next round, to the knockouts. Just waiting for these teams to finalize their skill trees, finalize whatever they need to prepare for this fight. 2-minute warning for the ready calls. We got a nice comment in chat from Kamafet in favor of Psychosians. We got a shout out to the jelly beans from team member Drezzy. Fortunately, there are none right now, but normally these beaches are patrolled by good old jelly beans. Just waiting for the final steps. Probably do a ready check shortly. Cruzel just warming up his fingers, his wrists. Click, 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 click. Spamming the AoE. Ready to go for this fight. Psychosians confirmed ready. BMC waiting for the ready call. Oh, we got a hold from Psychosians. Last minute reset. Slow start to this final group stage match. Black Mask Clique versus Psychosians. Both fighting to make it to the next rounds. Recommendation to check the red names before we start and can confirm, so there's no glitches. While the teams get their final. Looks like everybody is looking good. Can't see the invisible characters, but I'm sure the team members would report it. Nataraki claiming he has not slept. Alright, here comes the rechecks, the ready checks going out. Checking in with Psychosians. No response to the ready check. Still no response from Psychosians on the ready check. Might be finalizing something over there. We get a shout out to all the Filipino players from Nyx. And BMC shouting out their team member Sexy Beast, who can't play today and was subbed out. Doing a ready check on BMC now. Psychosians confirmed they're ready. We got a confirmation from BMC. Looks like we're going to start this fight. Last round of group stages. Black Mask Clique versus Psychosians. First round of 3. 3, 2, 1. Fights on. Both teams fighting to get to the knockouts. Very conservative start from both. We've seen this a few times today. Teams trying to initiate. There we go. Fight starts down here. Elira Queen. Zerael gets poked in the back by the mage. Oh, Psychosians already lose a player early in this fight. Caught off guard. Turning off these sound effects. Just absolute chaos right here. We got a on the outside, all the scouts are going uncontested. Another drop. Oh, Black BMC loses Cruzel, but he's back on his feet. And it's a double redeath on both Elira and Cruzel. Looks like it's in favor of BMC right now. But Psychosians are not out of the fight. A couple more kills and they can equalize this. Just absolute chaos. Just as the strange Zeth down on the Psychosian side. Still advantage BMC. Quite a strange match. For a while, there were 6 characters on the ring just uncontested. Oh, BMC loses Zayt all the way out here. Going to be hard to bring in the fact. Nope, Zyrel is there. Brings him in. Jinx down, Zeth down, Elira Queen down. Not looking good for Psychosians unless they can bring these players back in the fight. Oh, Excel's down. This might be a wipe for Psychosians. Their clerics are out of the fight. Simon trying to zone out. Damage plan down, Unicron down. I think this is going to be hard for Psychosians to recover from with no clerics. Doesn't look like they have a chance here. Simon just getting walloped on. Simon down, that's a wipe. BMC wipes Psychosians. First round of 3. Very interesting fight, very strange fight. At one point there was 3 scouts and mages, both sides. Uncontested, just poking in, while only a few were fighting in the middle. But fairly even, I would say, until the wipe. BMC lost a few. Psychosians was at a disadvantage, but they could have turned around, but then it went totally against them. We did see a couple deaths from BMC. Zai went down all the way there, but Zyrel was there to bring him back up. That was quick work. Cruzel went down a couple times. So Psychosians are definitely putting up a fight. Definitely contesting here. But BMC were able to close it out and get the wipe. Let's see how it fares in round 2. I think this is a pretty even matchup. Maybe a little bit of an advantage to BMC first round, but Psychosians definitely gave them some trouble. One-minute warning for the ready checks. Let the players reset their cooldowns, buff up, fill up their HP and MP bars. Ready checks going out. Black mask click. Looks like they're ready. Ready request going out to Psychosians. They're ready. Alright, we're going to jump into round 2 here of the last fight of our group stages. BMC versus Psychosians. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Fights on. It's going to be another slow start. Seems to be. Zyrel going in as the cleric, looking for a stun. Misses, but gets stunned in return. Simon jumps on him. There's a small fight breaking out here. Elira Queen already dropped. That was a fast drop. Looks like BMC's up 1. Might have missed another death over here, but we'll review. Elira Queen down again. That's 2. Looks like BMC has a small advantage here. Zeth down. They're making that advantage bigger. BMC loses Nyx. That's a 3-1. 4-1 now. Excel stops in the fight over here. Very disparate fighting. A lot of BMC's now they're focusing Jinx. Strats are now coming out. Simon goes down. Elira's down. This is not looking good for Psycho. I've lost track of their... Yeah, X-Boy goes down. Looks like going to be another wipe. Much faster wipe for Psychosians. BMC just going in hard. And looks like a wipe. That's a BMC win. Extremely fast. They locked that in. Must have been within 30 seconds. Going from not initiating the fight to just securing the win. That was a quick round. We got BMC already threatening to beat other teams, even though they have one more round to go, but they will be moving on from this stage. Second round, very strong showing from BMC. Psychosians just... They did get the initiate, but Lyra Queen got taken out, and it kind of steamrolled from there. Lyra Queen was out, came back up, was taken out again. And it's, as I've mentioned before, it's hard to recover once you're in that state. Letting the teams prep up, 1 minute warning. The fighting was a bit chaotic, a little bit of sparring, 2-on-1s, 1-on-1s, but then BMC, once they had the advantage, they started to zone in and focus on very specific players, and from there it went in their favor. Nyx went down at some point. Last round, Cruzel took a hit. And so we've seen Zayt dead. So it seems that Psychosians do try to take out some of these key characters, mages, clerics, but not quickly enough and not strong enough. Alright, we're starting the last round. BMC versus Psychosians. And we're live. Here we go. Psychosians going in. Damage Plan leading the fight this time. Stun fails on him. They catch out Nyx. Can Psychosians drop Nyx? They did it before. No, the BMC scouts pop out of Invis, separating the Psychosians team. Zayt over here just picking from the water. Nobody stopping him. Excels AFK perhaps, not doing anything. No, completely silenced. Now he's back in the fight, but ignoring Zayt, just letting him poke. Jinx swinging around. Nope, they're just ignoring him and just focusing in the middle here. We got a couple deaths here on the Psychosian side. Can they recover from it? Nope, 3 deaths on the Psychosian side. It's dangerous to leave characters uncontested. Jinx goes down. It's not looking good for Psychosians. Might be another quick round. Damage Plan goes down. Looks like BMC are clearly the stronger team here. Psychosians unable to respond. Unicron just absolutely getting roasted. Simon in the shadows. They can't find him. Waiting for his invis to pop. Looks like it's a wipe. GG BMC. Hard fought for Psychosians, but unfortunately outclassed here. Well played from both sides. 3 wipes towards BMC. They'll be moving on to the next stage. Some good sportsmanship from both sides. GG, well played, going out. Appreciate both teams participating. I think now we will start corralling the teams for the knockouts. We'll get the brackets updated. Just take a quick little break here. We'll coordinate with the team and start the next phase. Alright, I've confirmed with the team. We had a couple of clans who are no longer available today to continue, so we will not be able to do the knockouts today. We will instead schedule for next weekend the knockouts, and we'll provide a time for each team so that if you want to tune in to catch your team, we will update the brackets so we can see the final loadout. This right now is not correct, but we can review the standings. For Group A, Aura and Envy will be continuing on, representing Group A. We have Mada Keyudai and Vanguard from Group B, Seven Hearts and Godly for Group C, and Abon and Black Mass Click from Group D. Those are going to be our 8 teams participating in the knockouts. From that team we'll go to semifinals and then finals. So short event for today. Unfortunately, some clans had to go due to some conflicting plans, but we will post a new schedule as soon as we have it all set up and we coordinate with the teams. Thanks all. We appreciate it, and we'll see you for the quarterfinals and semifinals next weekend.